You see, we all been taught this hood way like it's the way we supposed to live. Like we supposed to ignore the rich way and skip to the hood way. Well, fuck the hood way, I want the rich way. The hood way or the rich way. You want the hood way or the rich way. You want the hood way or the rich way. Hood way or the rich way. The hood way noodles, that's cool and all. Rich way got the steaks, I want the steaks and all. Hood way or the rich way. Hey, hood way driving buckets.
The show about to start. Get your water ready. Tighten up.
Ooh-wee. It's your boy Prezi, Presidential Talent Group is the label. Hard Talk from the Crib, episode 80. Glad to be back. Listen. This one is a good one, okay? The past couple of weeks, reports and leaked recordings brought renewed attention to the complexities of trust, loyalty, and reputation in high stakes environment. This conversation is around snitching, infidelity, and public perception, highlighted a recurring truth. Even close friends can reveal their true colors when the odds are in your favor. This episode explores practical life principles that help navigate moments when relationships are tested and public scrutiny is intense in a young thug moment. Have you had your young thug moment yet? Ooh, we composters. Now, first, episode 79, which was the last episode, I didn't get to say thank God. So right now, we're going to give a moment of silence. So thank God. Thank God. You know, every episode, we got to thank God because we got to let y'all know if demons is around, thank God. And the demons won't be around no more. Okay. In this episode 80, have you had your young thug moment yet? If you remember, and if you didn't watch it, go back and watch, have you had your Diddy moment yet? Because while you're laughing and giggling and jiggling and figgling, this could happen to you. Okay? And while it all seems fun and games, it's all fun and games until the rabbit got to come. Some of the stuff is just him having personal conversations like we all talk about people to our own friends. But since it's public, it looks a little awkward that people are doing what regular people do, right? But hey, in this episode 80, we're going to dive into, have you had your young thug moment yet? And if you have, or if you haven't, after this episode, you're going to learn how to move when you're in the middle of it. Ooh, wee! Get your water out and get your notepads out. Number 10. Not number 10, number 1. Okay, we could start from 10. Okay, but number 1. Trust, but verify. That's very, 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 very important. Okay, somebody that you trust is giving you some information, you still verify. You know, you got verifiable sources, but even Wikipedia gets it wrong. Even TMZ gets it wrong. And not everybody comes and clarifies after they've got it wrong. And you could be running around with some wrong information. Okay, so write that down. 1, trust, but verify. Why? In high pressure moments, people may reveal hidden loyalties or agendas. Having healthy skepticism helps protect you without being paranoid. Now, it's good to be paranoid, but it's not good to be paranoid. Hoo-wee! Okay, you gotta have healthy skepticism. Don't scare your friends and people away. You know, do it healthy, okay, especially in high pressure moments. Okay. 2, your circle should reflect your values, not your status. What's wrong here is people's circles are reflecting the watch that the very watch that they got on. That Rolex. Yeah, everybody's put their hand in a circle. That's what it was about. That's what was going. That's what everybody cared about. Your circle gotta match your soul, match your inside. Okay? Let me let you know where your circle match when y'all don't look the same. Okay, you ever get in that relationship that just look weird? That's the one. We like, they usually don't go together. What usually don't go together is what usually should be together. Not what TV told you. Not what you've been seeing. Okay, so if you looked at, let me give you a good example. Kevin Hart, when he came out with all his friends in Baltimore Old School, everybody was laughing at the circle like, these guys look awkward because they his real friends. Not somebody that's just putting watches out to look cool. Okay, so 2, your circle should reflect your values, not your status. Why? True allies support your growth and integrity. Fair weather friends tend to disappear when the spotlight shifts. Are your friends temporarily? Are they temporarily there? Are they temporary? What are they? Sometimes you gotta pretend broke just to see what your girl do. Just to see what your friends, who you been saying yeah to a little bit too long. Start to say no. You're going to figure out real quick that you're going to have a young thug moment faster than ever, because as soon as you say no, they're going to start leaking your phone calls. Oh, young thug moments been happening. How many people you know that got into it with people, they start leaking your calls and leaking stuff all because I said no? Yeah, telling you, ain't nothing new under the sun. 3, words unattended to become weapons. Okay, why? Leaks, rumors, and selective experts can weaponize statements. Choose what you say carefully and consider the impact of the future interpretation. Okay, forget the person that delivered it. It's also the person that interpreted it. Did you do your research? Did you go and verify how you interpreted this information matters? Okay, because sometimes leaking rumors, people will do stuff like this. Listen to this, and they only letting you hear that little part. But boy, if they let you hear the whole thing, you get a bigger, better understanding. Also, basically, Thug is mad at his friends for not being friends. So he talking to his girl on the phone, telling him how his friends let him down, how he been there. This seemed like regular trip to me. But like, what do I know? Okay. 4, accountability is a two-way street. Why? Holding others accountable without losing your own humility preserves trust and accountability. You want to hold them accountable, but also want to hold yourself accountable. Did I check that information out before I got mad at them publicly? Did I double check that? Did I do that? What did I do? Because you gotta hold yourself accountable, because it ain't always about other people. Before you go like this, remember that the fingers pointed at yourself. Remember that? Yeah, the finger at yourself. Okay. 5, don't mistake sympathy for a lie. For alliance. Why? People may offer support publicly but behave differently privately. Distinguish surface levels of kindness from genuine commitment. You know those people on Facebook that don't comment under and say that you cute. They only inbox it to you. You know, they only support you behind closed doors, but you can't go to the mall with that person. You can eat the spicklewick behind closed doors, but daylight savings, you out your goddamn mind. We can't be seen publicly. 6, protect your privacy, not your ego. That's the problem here. A lot of y'all just protecting your ego. Okay, ego matters, but protect your privacy. If you protect your privacy, you wouldn't be have to mad about your ego because your privacy is protected. Okay, why? Personal boundaries reduce ammunition for others, narratives that keep you in control of your story. When nobody know your business, nobody can come out with some foolery. Now, in the Young Thug situation, it's different, you know. These phone calls are being recorded, but let me tell you why it's not really too different. They told you the phone calls are being recorded, buddy. So you might as well have knew that this was all public information. Okay. 7, learn from the controversy. Don't be defined by it. Okay. When you get in a controversial moment, when you get in the understand what's going on. Okay. When it gets hotter, just start paying attention to what's going on. Who's there, what they doing it, why they doing it, what you did for them, and what they did at the moment of need. Okay. Okay, extreme situations expose characters. Use the experience to reinforce your core principles and resilience. Keyword there, expose characters. So when you're going through something, your main job is to open your eyes. No matter how hot it get, no matter how cold it get, how you trembling, keep them eyes open. What was they doing when this was going on? When God was on the cross, Jesus was on the cross, right? Who was doing what? Okay. 8, communicate with intent, not impulse. A lot of y'all just impulsive. You communicate with no intent. You just said nothing. Have intent. Okay. Why? Clear, purposeful communication minimizes misinterpretation. Okay. And protects your reputation when conversations are leaked and misinterpreted. I always tell people, make sure when you're talking, it can be repeated. When I'm talking to a kid, I make sure this can be repeated. When I'm talking to somebody, like, let me give you an example. If we in a work environment setting and I'm threatening to kill you, I'm going to say it in a way that can be repeated to HR. Like, bro, is there something that we need to step outside and talk about? Because you're seeming like you want to harm me. Okay, so the threat's there, but at the end it said that seems like he would harm me. So when you rely that to HR, they're gonna say, well, he seemed like he was scared for his life. Okay, and the murder was justified. Okay, make sure what you do is justified and not misrepresented. Okay, 9, principle is rebuild trust through consistent actions. Consistent. Why? Once trust is damaged, ongoing integrity through reliable behavior helps repair relationships and public perception over time. Now, when you have your young thug moment, it's some stuff where, you gotta self-reflect in the mirror. I was wrong calling this girl ugly. I was wrong because I was doing this and I had a girl and I had that girl. I shouldn't be doing that. So it's gonna take time to rebuild. You consistently gotta do something. Whether it's being not lying consistently, doing this consistent, do something consistent to build their trust back. Okay. And in the public, you got to rebuild that back too. In his situation, I ain't going to speak on what's right or what's wrong, but hey, you figure something out. 10, focus on your mission, not the gossip. If you're not being talked about, you're not doing something wrong. Kind of like if you don't have haters, you probably ain't doing something wrong. I wake up, smell the water, not coffee. I wake up, smell the water in a $1.2 million house, open the door, and I just like, I can smell the haters. Now, that gets me ready for the day. Knowing that somebody's ready for the downfall and knowing that there's no downfall coming excites me. You got to revert psychology and use it to help you out. Okay. Distractions from cold wars erode momentum. Ground yourself in what you're aiming to accomplish, regardless of the chatter. Let the chatters happen. How much is in your bank account? You still go to work, right? They didn't get paid for any of that? Okay. In my case, when the chatter is online, every time they comment, I get paid. So I honestly be like enjoying the chatter. Please, more, please. Okay. Moments when trust is tested and reputations are publicly scrutinized can be formative, meaning that there's a lot of information that you're going to learn from this. The way you respond through measured action, consistency, commitment to your values defines not just how others see you, but how you see yourself. If you're facing a moment where your loyalty and truth collide, remember, true colors are revealed not in the spotlight, but in the quiet choices you make afterward. So when you have in your young thug moment, people are really going to know you and you are really going to know people based off of how they acted and based off how you acted. How did you respond? You know this ain't true. You know this ain't that. But how did you respond? And in the midst of that, how did your best friend respond? How did the one that you love respond? How the one that you thought was going to be there? What's really important here is you need to have your young thug moment sooner than later. Because imagine all the people around you for all those years, and then you had a young thug moment and realize who wasn't around you. So with me, I be trying to have a young thug moment day one. Yeah, who there? Good. Let me get on. Everybody gone. It's just me. And then I reveal that the millions is here. So get your young thug moment out soon so you can clean the closet out. No Diddy. Okay. Episode 80. Bar talk from the crib. If you don't learn anything, you need to learn that anybody can have their moment, whether it's a young thug moment, a Diddy moment, or your moment is next. It's your boy Prezi, man. And see y'all in the next episode. Ooh, Wickalo!